Welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2 for Dino Slam, the last two matches on the card, not including these aquatic marine reptiles. That kind of bugs me whenever, even people who know that these are not dinosaurs will call them dinosaurs. Hell, even the game itself kind of tends to refer to them as dinosaurs sometimes. It's weird, they're not dinosaurs. But anyways, we've already seen the park. We got the day after and it feels like it was ages ago. I guess that's what, terrible quality sleep does to you. It's like I didn't really get much proper sleep. It's kind of like, I just like woke up after a few hours, just like, I need a drink. Took hours to get back to sleep, as is typically, the case. And then had, terrible nightmares, dreams and stuff. I woke up from that exhausted. I was like, I hate that. Anyways, let's get on with the match. For the Laurasia Championship Triple Threats. Hopefully it goes better than the previous match.
Every dinosaur that's recreated is important, but some also capture our imaginations. The Allosaurus is one such animal. It is believed that in its original environment, it was squarely at the top of the food chain. I'm interested to discover if that's true, given the opportunity.
Allosaurus. Cool looking dinosaur. But I think the defending champion was not Allosaurus. It's kind of got an advantage because, despite the fact that 3 Allosauruses were, synthesized or whatever it was is that the process? Yeah, synthesized, yeah. Despite that, and 2 for Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus didn't even have any traits, show up. Meanwhile, Acrocanthosaurus, he's got, the aggression, and he's got the strong stack. It's like, at least this can only have 1 synthesized at a time for that. Rigged, I tell you.
Now, stay with me. This dinosaur is called a Carcharodontosaurus. Talk about a mouthful, right? And seeing that this animal is an alpha predator, its mouth is usually full of the slow, the weak, and the inattentive. Hence the reason I'm not getting near it. You, on the other hand.
I've said it before, but in Operation Genesis, it was Carcharodontosaurus, wasn't it? Yeah. It was the one that was like this giant black theropod, and it had like, fittingly enough, the Allosaurus. Where is it? Allosaurus are very different in Operation Genesis as well. You see that bits of red there? That basically would have been, Acrocanthosaurus in Operation Genesis. It's had this red patch by the eyes, and everything else was black. It was such an intimidating looking theropod. It was cool. And then you had Acrocanthosaurus, which was, closer to Acrocanthosaurus than the one in this game, that's for sure. And I like that one because, you had a chance of getting that one as your first dig site, so you could get an Acrocanthosaurus like early on. It was cool. Unless you were, playing by the rules and not using cheats. But then again, if you were using cheats, you just unlock all the dig sites anyway. Whatever. Point is, you get to start off with a cool dinosaur. Here's the champion. You dare photobomb me? Yeah, whatever.
This bipedal predator is called the Acrocanthosaurus, and it is a dinosaur that has what I like to refer to as presence. When it's around, you know it. This animal should make for a killer exhibit. I mean, it being a killer and all.
Well, I mean, I don't hate the design or anything, but why does it look more like a T-Rex than you know, actual Acrocanthosaurus. The head, not, I mean, it doesn't even really have the spine that gives it its name. But anyways, now that they're all in, let's turn on combat. Because I didn't switch it back on. Because, you know, gotta have all the entrances first. Not a real reason to put herbivores being able to fight on, because, you know, no herbivores in this match, but, you know, out of habit, just put it on in. Interesting that Carcharodontosaurus has to be paired with at least another Carcharodontosaurus for it to be satisfied. The rematch from the Dino Rumble. You don't have any traits manifested, so you're at a disadvantage, possibly. But let's avoid spoilers on how much damage you're going to be doing, so... I didn't ask a question there. The, echo thing I just went off randomly. I refer to it as that rather than by its name because if I say its name, I'm probably just gonna set it off. Is Carcharodontosaurus going to take the championship? No. Is Allosaurus gonna back down? Wow. I guess the Allosaurus in the Dino Rumble must have had better stats, because the Allosaurus was an absolute beast in the Dino Rumble this year. I mean, he didn't win, but he, you know, he did well enough that I gave him a chance at the Laurasia Championship at Dinomania, which ended in a bloody no contest. So, you know, it's like rematch, but add in Carcharodontosaurus. You know, he was eliminated by Allosaurus in the Dino Rumble. Yeah, but it always feels like, you know, the champions, they always kind of take a rest. They just wait for their time, don't you? It's like Spinosaurus, you know, he's the champion. He always like avoids the fight until, you know, the last seconds. Or in this game, never, because it takes forever for them to fight, and when they do, it usually ends in like, you know, no contest. I feel like having injuries on would be the only way to get through some of this, honestly. Yeah, it doesn't quite feel... Well, actually, let's see. Let's go be with the guests. You know, if I get an notification for 5, I'll come back in here. Let's, you know, move a little faster. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're quite at the guest level. It feels like we're a bit too tall from this perspective. I mean, we don't have a body or anything, but it gives that impression. Oh, here we go. Round. Oh no, it's a... Oh, you cheeky one! Just as I was saying. You did it. You proved my points. And finally, we have a match that actually ends in a reasonable amount of time. Acrocanthosaurus retains. This is a triple threat. It's not like, you know, elimination or anything. First time to get a fall wins. Acrocanthosaurus was just waiting for them to weaken each other, and then he goes in for the kill. Acrocanthosaurus, still your reigning and defending Laurasia champion. That's kind of weird to have. Well, you know, it implies to, you know, like a US title in WWE. You know? Because like most of the time wrestlers have that as like something not from the US. tend to, like, usually if it's a heal, I guess. Sometimes if it's a basic level. Still, point is, you know, you don't have to be from, you know, the place that the title is, you know, named after. I was just saying that because, you know, continental Laurasia didn't include Africa. That's where Carcharodontosaurus would be from. Where even is Carcharodontosaurus? Where'd you go? Oh, you're over here. You're gonna actually fight anyway? That looks more like a roar off. Yeah, they're not gonna fight. It's just like, yeah, I didn't win a title. I've never won a match. I mean, to be back to Carcharodontosaurus has barely been in any matches other than the Dino Rumbles. In fact, this might have even been Carcharodontosaurus' debut in a non-Rumble match. But still, he may not have won the title, but hey, at least his, you know, not really nemesis, but you know, he was put on the shelf by Allosaurus, and Allosaurus got absolutely destroyed by Acrocanthosaurus. But then, you know, keep in mind here, Acrocanthosaurus did have the advantage of having strong traits, so yeah, definitely had the advantage. Well, that'll do for this match. It's on to the main event. Who should have a promo? Probably Stegosaurus, because that's the only dinosaur that I've given any promos to of the three. I can't imagine, you know, having a promo for Spinosaurus, because I see Spinosaurus as the silent, badass type one. He's like Brock Lesnar. I was even thinking, actually, of like putting like Archaeonophomimus as his manager or something. It's just like comes out to hype him up. He's like, my client Spinosaurus is better than all of you. You cannot defeat this monster. This creature known as Spinosaurus will kill you all and take all your titles. Maybe not to that extent, but you know, hype Spinosaurus up. And like have him come out and then Spinosaurus enters, just absolutely destroys his own manager. But anyways, I will meet you at the species viewer for a promo. Stegosaurus, how many times have you been in these matches? You know, scrap that question. What are your thoughts entering into this match? Look, I'm tired of Spinosaurus getting away with all this shenanigans. You know, winning titles in stupid ways. He won that match via just breaking out of the enclosure. He couldn't beat me fair and square, and he won't be able to do it this time either. And this time I'm gonna make it so that there will be a fall in this match, and it will be him. Spinosaurus will fall to me. Again, what a terrible promo. Hey, I'm just making this up on the spot. I haven't got promo skills, alright? Now piss off. On with the next match. On to the main event. Welcome back yet again in the same video to Dino Slam. Gonna have it, you know, day-night cycle on, so we're gonna have a look at the glow-in-the-dark Parasaurs. Parasaurus, if you want to get. Well, there's probably even more of a long technical name, isn't it? And you can see just how plain the skin is when it's not got the glow in the dark. It's kind of meh. The glow in the dark, you know, quite nice. It makes it also easy to spot when you're like, where are my dinosaurs? Because they're not highlighted. You can't see them. You can definitely see these guys. Anyway, it's time for the main events. It's night time because that's how long it took to get to this point. Challengers first. Kind of makes it hard to see what skin back we got.
Before I got into the paleo-curation game, even I knew of the Stegosaurus. Those plates running along its length from head to tail Make it one of the most iconic dinosaurs. Our guests are gonna want to see it. So make sure you do right by this animal.
So, you know, I think there is a potential chance Stegosaurus might. But at the same time, I don't know, because the skittish kind of takes away a lot of things it gets from the breath. So maybe I disadvantage. I'm not sure if it even gives much back. Look at those clouds in the background. Dawn is approaching. And that's one nice reason how, you know, the daytime light cycle on. You get some glorious sunrises and sunsets. But I think the T-Rex might finally be able to pull off a victory for the first time. In all these videos I've made, T-Rex always ends up losing one way or the other. I think this could be T-Rex's time. And the same thing could have been said for the Dino Rumble, but then it got screwed over by, you know, getting injured. And, you know, Baryonyx taking advantage of it. I think it was Baryonyx that took out T-Rex. Or maybe it was a different dinosaur. But anyways. No introduction because you're already on the island with this very significant Cretaceous, yes. So you're aggressive, but you're also humble. Gives you more dominance, but I don't know if dominance really comes into play with the battles. The aggression definitely does. It makes them more threatening. I don't know if it really does much for the stats, but the point is, Spinosaurus only has an nocturnal. Makes it, you know, more like a sleep during day. So, I mean, maybe that would be an advantage. It is coming in the daytime. Maybe we'll just sleep and pull an Acrocanthosaurus and wait for Stegosaurus and T-Rex to fight and then go in for the kill. Spinosaurus has proven himself to be, you know, a opportunist in a lot of matches. Here's the champion. The Dino champion.
Okay, even I have to admit that this next dinosaur is impressive. The Spinosaurus is perhaps the largest of carnivores. Of course, I'll never get close enough to one to see for myself, but that's why I have you.
I find it interesting how for the carnivores, herbivores are just kind of seen as neutral. Well, not, well, yeah, kind of neutral. It'll still affect their, like, cohabitation, but, you know, not to the extent of if there's an carnivore. Man, this skin, it looks like you were fossilized into, what are they called? You know, motorways, highways, where they have that, you know, big ass walls and stuff. You know, the ones that, you know, kind of go up. Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know. Maybe you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. But it looks like it'd be fossilized in there. The color kind of looks like that. Jesus Christ, look at the size of it. Damn, I would not feel safe in that viewing gallery. It's time to turn on the combats. Let's get a ground view. Now T-Rex is calling for it. T-Rex wants the title. He's coming to get it. Or she. You gotta watch your step here. Oh, T-Rex is not actually out of that. Yeah, strongest bite force my ass. I don't even have a great bite force. I mean, I'm a fish eater. But because I'm such a monstrous creature in the Jurassic Park franchise, I'm, you know, absolutely dominating. You know, with both of them having fought now, I feel like the advantage is in the corner of Stegosaurus. You can go either way, you know. You can wait until they, you know, start kicking the crap out of each other and wait for them to get injured. Or, you know, not injuries off, but, you know, wait for them to get, you know, their health knocked down quite a bit and then challenge them to a fight. As we saw with Acrocanthosaurus, that is a good strategy to have. I can imagine this Stegosaurus kind of camouflaging. You know, because it's all green and stuff. You just like, no, I am just like, you just lie down. It's like, what are those spiky things? I don't know, those are just like ferns, right? Ferns on a giant log. So now we play the waiting game as we often tend to in this game. Beautiful looking game, but it's so tedious to play sometimes. Like I said, in the, you know, first half of this playthrough party, when I played through Jurassic difficulty on the Canada map, it was just so damn tedious. I dread, you know, the idea of playing, you know, the third and fifth map. You know, this very map, in fact, the UK map on Jurassic World sounds like hell. Because you start out absolutely screwed. There's dinosaurs roaming free. There's like nothing researched. There's a bunch of broken fences. I'm not sure if, well, I think you have money at the start, but you're gonna be drained of money. It's dreadful. I can't imagine the rest of it. Then you got the final map where it's like sandstorms all the time. And the match is over. Spinosaurus retains. Spinosaurus truly proven to be the Brock Lesnar of the Jurassic World Evolution wrestling thing. That base. Oh man, what happened to your leg? Oh, we may have a broken leg on our hands. It's like, no, I think we have a dead dinosaur on our hands. This could be an injury angle, but it can't be. You're going to be at the next bit of the parody. Should be Survivor Series. How could this happen to you, man? You can't get a busted leg now. You know, the next pay-per-view parody I've got in mind.
There is an ironically tragic quality to seeing a dinosaur that has been brought back from the dead die. But death has unfortunately come for one of our animals. Clear the carcass from the enclosure before it can spread disease.
Oh, look at that, man. That just looks so off. Your leg is going through your ass and your tail. Just makes it look like some weird spine. You're gonna turn into Godzilla or something. Like the shitty American version. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, as I was saying, next one will be, you know, Dino Survival, which is a terrible name, but I haven't really thought about any alternative to that. But, you know, parodying Survivor Series. So that'll be a little later on this year. And I've got a main event already planned. Hopefully I've, you know, gotten the Biosin DLC by that point, because I want to, you know, include the new form of the Giga, you know, the Dominion variant appearance. You know, because we haven't seen Giganotosaurus since Dino Rumble. So come back with a new look and be like, I'm gonna be taking championships and taking names and stuff like that. I don't know. But basically I'm gonna have like an elimination chamber match with the dinosaurs. 3 herbivores, 3 carnivores. Currently thinking, you know, Spinosaurus obviously the champions, so that's 1 for the carnivores. T-Rex, that's another 1 for the carnivores. A Giganotosaurus, obviously for the 3rd. Then we got on the herbivore side we have Stegosaurus. And hopefully Dinosaurus, or whatever it's pronounced as. I'd like to have that be in the match, and I'm not... Well, 3rd one maybe Triceratops, I guess. There's an elimination match, you know, a tag team match I'm thinking of doing, but, you know, waiting until I'm, like, maybe if I get the DLC, I don't know. Until I get a DLC, it's undecided. There may be some rematches. Not gonna continue the Ceratosaurus and Acrocanthosaurus feuds. At least not in the next PPV parody anyway, I don't think. But well, at the same time, I don't know. I was thinking now, well, maybe Carcharodontosaurus versus Acrocanthosaurus for the Laurasia Championship. Gotta have at least one. Well, no, the main event would have the Dino Championship on the line as well. Whatever. That could be a match. Because Carcharodontosaurus technically didn't lose the match, I mean, they did, but they weren't the one who took the fall. Man, what other matches were on this card again? Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm gonna have a cage match, obviously. Oh yeah, it's a tag team match I'm thinking of. That might, you know... I don't know, though. Maybe to make it more likely that Dinosaur will finally, you know, get a fall in the tag team match. Maybe I'll have a, you know, triple threat, you know, 3-way tag team match, you know. With, you know, Suchomimus and Baryonyx once again teaming up to face the current champions, the Albertosaurus duo, but also throw in an additional tag team. Maybe, well, no, I can't do that. I was thinking Triceratops and Allosaurus because they originally challenged and I ended in a no contest. But, you know, Triceratops would be in the main event, so I can't have that. I'm also thinking of, you know, having a match between, like, regular-ass dinosaurs versus the hybrids in that kind of, you know... Because, you know, Survivor Series parody, you know... I mean, I don't know if they even do them anymore, but, you know... You have, like, a team versus another team, and that's like, you know, elimination rules and stuff, you know, whatever. So, thinking of having one of those kind of matches as well. Maybe I will have the fallen Allosaurus on Team Dinosaur, because otherwise he won't be on the card, I don't think. It's like, I want to have, like, for the hybrids, no, there's only... How many hybrids are in this game again? There's only the 3, right? You got the Scorpius Rex. And the Indoraptor and Indominus Rex. So it's just like have them 3 go up against, you know, 3 pure. Well, they're not really pure because they're like, you know, modified and stuff with different DNA, but whatever, like they're closer to, you know, at least they're, you know, based on real dinosaurs. Kind of. I mean, they're supposed to be anyway. Well, not based on, they're supposed to be real dinosaurs, but they've been genetically modified and stuff. Whatever, you get the idea. So, you know, Allosaurus could lead their team. I don't know who to add to the team though, because I can choose herbivores as well, you know. Don't just limit it to carnivores, because it's only going to be 1 out in the match, like at any given time for each team. But anyways, that'll do for this. I hope you enjoyed this complete mess of a PPV parody. And I've also noticed that, you know, no titles, no championships changed hands in this entire thing. And, you know, why couldn't the freaking, you know, tag match have gotten this smoothly, you know? I made the first half over an hour and 20 minutes. It took 2 hours just to save it. This, you know, these two matches in comparison makes for a much shorter video. It's still a bit lengthy, but you know, nothing compared to that one. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one, I guess. Peace out.